Welcome to our countdown of the top most watched Marvel movies. Get ready for some serious superhero action because we're about to dive into the films that have captivated audiences worldwide. Marvel has given us some of the most iconic and beloved films of all time. From the early days of Iron Man to the epic conclusion of the Infinity Saga, these movies have taken us on incredible journeys, filled with thrilling action, unforgettable characters, and groundbreaking special effects. But which of these films have truly resonated with audiences the most? Which ones have broken box office records and left an undeniable mark on pop culture? Let's find out. Chapter 1, Number 1, Avengers: Endgame. And taking the top spot is Avengers: Endgame. This movie was more than just a film, it was a cultural phenomenon. Endgame shattered box office records. The Russo brothers delivered a visually stunning and emotionally charged finale. Think about that final battle scene. And who could forget that iconic Iron Man snap? Endgame wasn't just a movie, it was an experience. Chapter 2, Number 2, Avengers: Infinity War. Coming in at number 2 is Avengers: Infinity War. This film was a game changer. It was dark, intense, and left audiences stunned. The Russo brothers took a bold risk and it paid off brilliantly. Infinity War kept us on the edge of our seats. Thanos was a truly menacing and complex villain. And that ending. The snap floored everyone. It was a bold move that left audiences reeling. Infinity War proved Marvel wasn't afraid to take risks. Chapter 3, Number 3, Black Panther. At number 3 we have Black Panther. This wasn't just a superhero movie, it was a cultural phenomenon. Black Panther broke new ground for representation in the superhero genre, featuring a predominantly black cast and celebrating African culture in a way that had never been seen before on such a large scale. The film's impact was undeniable. It sparked important conversations about race and representation, and it inspired a whole new generation of moviegoers. Chadwick Boseman's performance as T'Challa was nothing short of regal. He embodied the strength, intelligence, and compassion of the character with such grace and dignity. And let's not forget Michael B. Jordan's portrayal of Killmonger. He was a complex and compelling villain whose motivations were deeply rooted in the pain and injustice that he had experienced. Black Panther wasn't just a movie, it was a movement. It proved that superhero films could be more than just entertainment, they could be powerful tools for social change. Chapter 4. Coming in at number 4 is The Avengers. This was the movie that started it all, the one that brought together Earth's mightiest heroes for the first time on the big screen. Remember how exciting it was to see Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye all together in one film? It was a dream come true for comic book fans. Joss Whedon's direction was masterful, perfectly balancing the action and humor while giving each character their moment to shine. The Battle of New York was pure cinematic spectacle, showcasing the unique powers of each hero and the incredible threat posed by Loki and the Chitauri army. The Avengers proved that the shared universe concept could work, and it laid the foundation for the massive, interconnected franchise that the MCU has become today. It was a film that captured the imaginations of audiences worldwide and ushered in a new era of superhero cinema. Chapter 5. At number 5 we have Spider-Man: No Way Home. This film was a love letter to Spider-Man fans everywhere. The multiverse concept allowed for the return of beloved characters from previous Spider-Man films, and it was a joy to see Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland share the screen as their respective versions of the web-slinger. The film expertly blended nostalgia with a fresh and exciting story, delivering some of the most emotionally resonant moments in the MCU. Seeing the different Spider-Men interact and learn from each other was a treat, and it highlighted the enduring appeal of the character across generations. No Way Home proved that even with a character as well-known and beloved as Spider-Man, there were still new and exciting stories to tell. It was a film that celebrated the legacy of Spider-Man while also paving the way for the future of the character in the MCU. Chapter 6. Coming in at number 6 is Captain Marvel. This film introduced us to Carol Danvers, one of the most powerful heroes in the MCU. Brie Larson brought a quiet strength and determination to the role, perfectly capturing Carol's journey of self-discovery and her evolution into a formidable cosmic force. The film's exploration of female friendship and mentorship was refreshing, and it provided a much-needed female perspective in the male-dominated superhero genre. The action sequences were visually stunning, showcasing Captain Marvel's incredible powers and her unwavering resolve in the face of adversity. Captain Marvel was a critical and commercial success, proving that audiences were hungry for more female-led superhero films. It was a film that empowered a new generation of fans and further expanded the already vast and diverse world of the MCU. Chapter 7. At number 7 we have Iron Man. This is where it all began, the film that launched the MCU and introduced the world to Robert Downey Jr.'s iconic portrayal of Tony Stark. Remember how groundbreaking this film felt when it first came out? It was a fresh and exciting take on the superhero genre, with a charismatic lead, witty dialogue, and spectacular special effects. Robert Downey Jr. was born to play Tony Stark. He perfectly captured the character's intelligence, wit, and flawed humanity, making him one of the most beloved characters in cinematic history. The film's themes of redemption and responsibility resonated deeply with audiences, and it established the blueprint for the successful formula that the MCU would follow for years to come. Iron Man wasn't just a superhero movie, it was a cultural phenomenon that changed the landscape of Hollywood forever. It was a film that proved that superhero films could be smart, funny, and emotionally resonant while still delivering the action and spectacle that audiences craved. Chapter 8. Number 8, Thor: Ragnarok. Coming in at number 8 is Thor: Ragnarok. This film breathed new life into the Thor franchise, injecting it with a much-needed dose of humor and visual flair. Taika Waititi's unique directorial style was a perfect fit for the God of Thunder, bringing out the character's comedic side without sacrificing any of his strength or heroism. The film's vibrant color palette and quirky sense of humor were a refreshing change of pace from the more serious tone of previous Thor films. Chris Hemsworth seemed to be having a blast playing a more lighthearted version of Thor, and his chemistry with Mark Ruffalo's Hulk was pure gold. Thor: Ragnarok proved that even established franchises could benefit from a fresh perspective and a willingness to take risks. It was a film that reminded us that superhero movies could be fun, and it left audiences wanting more of Waititi's unique brand of cosmic adventure. Chapter 9, Number 9, Guardians of the Galaxy. At number 9 we have Guardians of the Galaxy. This film was a gamble for Marvel, introducing a team of lesser-known characters and a more comedic tone than previous MCU films. But boy, did that gamble pay off. Guardians of the Galaxy was a critical and commercial smash, proving that audiences were ready for something different from their superhero movies. James Gunn's unique blend of humor, heart, and action was a breath of fresh air, and the film's soundtrack of classic 70s and 80s hits was an instant classic. The characters, though initially unfamiliar to many, quickly won over audiences with their quirky personalities and their surprisingly heartfelt relationships with one another. Guardians of the Galaxy expanded the scope of the MCU, introducing cosmic elements and a whole new corner of the universe to explore. It was a film that reminded us that superhero movies could be fun, irreverent, and full of heart, and it left audiences eager for more intergalactic adventures with Star-Lord and his crew. Chapter 10. Number 10, Doctor Strange. And rounding out our list at number 10 is Doctor Strange. This film introduced magic into the MCU, expanding the boundaries of the universe and showcasing some of the most mind-bending visual effects ever put to screen. Benedict Cumberbatch was perfectly cast as the arrogant but brilliant surgeon Stephen Strange, charting his journey from skepticism to acceptance as he learned the ways of magic. The film's visual effects were groundbreaking, creating a surreal and visually stunning world of magic and alternate dimensions. Doctor Strange added a new layer of complexity to the MCU, introducing concepts like the multiverse and the astral plane, which would have major implications for future films. It was a film that pushed the boundaries of what superhero movies could be, blending action, humor, and philosophical themes into a visually dazzling and thought-provoking experience. Doctor Strange reminded us that there are still mysteries to be explored in the MCU, and it left audiences eager to see how magic would continue to shape the future of the franchise. Thanks for watching our countdown of the top most watched Marvel movies. From record-breaking box office numbers to cultural impact, these films have left an undeniable mark on the world. What did you think of our list? Did your favorite Marvel movie make the cut? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content.